Welcome everyone to the 2011 American Cancer Society Relay for Life of Franklin Park, Schiller Park in North Lake. I know it's hot tonight and we're probably all dying over here, but as the evening goes on, it will get cooler, I promise. Before we go any farther, let's take a minute and get acquainted. Please find someone near you who you do not know. Introduce yourself and welcome them to the Relay for Life. Okay, we're off to a great start, and you made a new friend. We hope that the next 12 hours play out. You make lots of new friends. We're one of the great things about Relay. We know that each of you have an amazing story of how cancer has gripped your lives. Stories of courage, triumph, stories of sacrifice and love, stories of heartache and hurt. But this Friday, it's about a different word. Hope. Hope is what brought us here. Hope is what keeps us going, and hope is what we have for everyone. Fighting cancer right now, and we hope that many of you or your loved ones. I am a two-time cancer survivor. I am fortunate enough, after 12 and a half years, almost 13, I'm here. That was my first bout of cancer. And 1 year later, I had my second bout of cancer. And I made it through again. So I feel very honored to be here tonight. Thank you for joining us to help save lives and create more birthdays for people all around us. We're thrilled to have you join the worldwide family of relayers, and the last year was 3.5 million people strong throughout the U.S. That means the rest of you must be relay veterans, right? Yeah. Anyone here who has done relay for more than 3 years or more? Raise your hand. 5 years. 10 years.
Second.
Now I would like to introduce Bernice Brown, who would like to tell us more about the difference we are making in a cancer fight.
Thank you, Kitty. I'd like to welcome everybody, and like she said, my name is Bernice Brown, and I'm a cancer survivor for 19 years. It's good to be here, I can tell you that much right now, and I'm sure anybody else who's a survivor feels the same. First, I want you to know how grateful we are that you're with us tonight. Many of you have been working very hard for many months to organize your teams, to hold your fundraising events, to plan your relay parties. We so appreciate your support and your financial contributions. If you just joined us for Relay tonight, we know some of you decided to join us at the last minute. Our teams will find lots of creative ways to accept donations, through their bake sales, their wacky games, or just outright donations. Cash still works around here. And don't forget, we have a beautiful basket raffle over on the other side of the park. Seriously, I can tell you, the American Cancer Society is committed to spending our money wisely, to make sure as much of our money as possible goes directly to things like funding more cancer research, or helping patients directly through our many patient services, or to get the word out in our communities on how people can prevent cancer. Actually, 94 cents of every dollar goes to either of these mission programs, or they help pay for things we need to raise these dollars, like buying the luminaria bags or the posters and other materials you see. So why, you might ask, is money such a big deal? The sad reality is that if today is a normal day in Illinois, about 180 people will find out they have cancer. Their worlds will get rocked, as you well know. The good news is the American Cancer Society is working very hard to reduce this number. We fund ACS's work, not the government. Did you know the American Cancer Society spent $7 million last year on cancer research right here in Illinois, thanks in part to last year's relay dollars. They are also using the dollars to come to the rescue of any cancer patient or caregiver. This year, ACS will personally work with more than 30,000 of our friends and neighbors here in Illinois, to give them a ride, to give them a wig, to set them up with a clinical trial, and so much more. That's 80 people a day who you, because of your support, are helping. I know ACS has ambitious plans to do more, way more, thanks to you. It's all about saving lives for a disease we want to wipe off the face of the planet. It's been quite a run to be your chair of this event. I look forward to getting to know more of you over the next day. Thanks for all you do to help us fight cancer, and I truly, truly mean that. Okay, and the next speaker will be my co-chair, Pat Corder.
Hello, everybody. As Randy said, I'm Pat Corder. I am a caregiver, as you see. I started this many years ago because my friends Kitty and Bernie had cancer, and then as I went along the years, my husband, my mother, my sister, so I'm here for all of you. Okay, let me do a tad of recognition tonight, which always is dangerous in a crowd where everyone is so incredibly generous. First, I want to recognize our sponsors. The Village of Franklin Park, the Village of Schiller Park, the Village of North Lake, Fresh Express Chiquita, Pescatore Palace, The Great Escape, Bocce Pizza, Jupiter Aluminum, Franklin Park Patrolmen's Association, and our in-kind sponsors. You'll see all of them listed in the program, and many of them have a team here tonight. You might want to stop by their tents and say thanks later. But for now, just join me in a round of applause, which you have already had, but let's give them another generous applause. We would also like to recognize our teams who have achieved fundraising club levels. All of you are special for being here. You're all difference makers, but not all of us carry a business card that says Mayor. So let me introduce you to the Mayor of Franklin Park. He'd like to say a few words. Mayor Barrett Peterson.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you to a wonderful staff here. They've been doing it for years. They recognize that our goal here tonight is to make sure that people have the ability to celebrate more birthdays, and that's what we're all about. The American Cancer Society does so many different great things. One of them is the Feel Good, Look Good, Feel Good. It is a program that raises funds for wigs and for makeup and teaches them how to apply it. There's also a program for providing rides. That is called Ride to Recovery Program. It's a phenomenal program because if you're getting chemotherapy, you're weak. If you don't have close relatives or friends that can take you, this program will take you there. The American Cancer Society has saved so many lives and extended so many others. It is really an honor and a pleasure to host this every year, and with the help of the City of North Lake and the Village of Schiller Park, we appreciate it and thank you for coming out here and helping and showing that you care and raising money for an excellent cause. Thank you very much.
Well, now we have one more speaker. Now it's time to introduce our very special guest, someone who knows a thing or two about standing up to cancer, like so many of you. Please help me welcome Josh Wilms to the stage.
Hi everybody. Like Kitty said, my name is Josh, and she asked me to tell you a little bit about myself and my ordeal with cancer. It was 1997. I was 20 years old, and I started having very severe, like migraine-like headaches, and noticed one evening that when I blinked and when I moved my eyes back and forth, it started, the pain was unbelievable. So I went to the ophthalmologist and he found that there was something behind my right eye that was pinching an optic nerve in my eye. And he's actually the one who diagnosed me and ordered an MRI, and he found the brain tumor right behind my right eye. It was about the size of a tennis ball. So he said, go. I recommend seeing a neurosurgeon immediately. So we did that, and a few days later, the brain surgery was scheduled, and it lasted about 5.5 hours. And luckily, he got all of it out. And I had some time to recover. And actually, on my birthday, May 14th, my 21st birthday, I had the staples removed. So that was one of the best birthday gifts I've ever had with that. So. And then in the summer of '97, I started about 60 radiation treatments to my spine, head, and also my throat, just in case they were wanting to see if anything spread, which luckily it didn't. And then after that, I had about 4 extensive chemo treatments while I was in the hospital for about a week at a time. But the thing was, my immune system was so bad that I would come home and then go right back in. This all happened at Rush Medical Center, and the people at Rush were incredible. It was a little weird though. I was 19, 20 years old, and my tumor was a tumor they usually find in like newborns. So I was in the Rush Children's Hospital, and it was like little newborns, and I'm walking around 19 years old. So it was kind of something to get used to at first. So the 1 year I spent Christmas there, and during chemo I spent Christmas there 1 year. But like I said, the doctors and my family and nurses and everybody there were like my angels. So, but everything became clean. They got everything, and I was diagnosed as the cancer was all gone. I had to do the 6-month MRIs for a while, and then I went to 2 every year, and then now it's down to once a year. And like I said, my name is Josh, and I'm a 14-year survivor of brain cancer. Thank you.
From the day these people first heard the words, "You have cancer," they have been survivors. Some of them count from the day it all began. Others count from the day they heard, "You are cancer-free." Either way, you are our heroes tonight.